So there I was, first thing in the morning, doom scrolling as I always seem to do. And I saw this CTV News article pop up in my feed with a ton of comments telling them to take it down or change the title. And sure enough, when I went back this afternoon and clicked on that exact same link, this was the title that showed up. Which got me thinking, how can this happen? We're working with the same set of numbers here, so how could a news title describing the exact same data give us such different headlines? And the answer to that question is actually pretty simple, but it's hidden behind some scary words that the news keeps using and keeps not explaining. So my goal here is to tell you in 3 minutes or less what those words are. So, let's look at the cases in Ontario since spring. Boom. Each day is represented by a dot, and those dots are simply the number of positive cases reported in Ontario on that day. Now, if you lean back and squint your eyes a little bit, you can see approximately what that trend is in the province over time. Now, one of the ways you'll see this is like this, where they simply connect each of those dots with another straight line, and I'm not sure how informative that is, but it does look pretty dramatic. Now, what happened this morning was that CTV News took one of those dots all by itself and wrote a story about it. Because that dot, that number of cases, was a little bit lower than it's been over the last few days, they wrote it as a story of a drop in cases, things are getting better. Which isn't fair, because you have to put that dot in context. Remember that curve, it looks like this. So we can't necessarily say that that one little drop is actually that informative, we should put it in context. And so the news story did that. That new title was describing a rolling window average. And a rolling window average takes a certain amount of time, in this case 7 days, and takes each of the dots over those 7 days and finds the average. And so when we plot that average over time, it looks like this. Now suddenly that one lower dot doesn't actually seem all that interesting because clearly the cases are on the up and up. And that's what we're getting at here. So when you see news describing COVID cases, look for a rolling window average. That tells you what's going on behind the scenes and over time, and truly explains what's actually going on in the population. And that's it for me. Feel free to share this video with your friends if you were helped by it. Feel free to let me know if there was something you wish I'd included. All the best, and stay safe out there. We'll see you soon.